foods habits can really drive parents crazy. They don't really mean to do it. They just think differently about foods than adults do. And I think that kids can actually teach adults a thing or two about how to eat. You know, many kids are naturally curious about where their food comes from and how it's prepared. And interestingly, when kids are left to their own devices and when they're presented with an array of healthy foods, they actually self-select a reasonably healthy diet. The food choices that kids make, of course, are influenced by family, by their friends, and by the media, but their natural instincts can really help to tilt the nutritional balance in their favor. So here's a few things to think about when you're looking at how your kids eat. Kids eat what they like. And you know, when you're eating what you like, it's not the same as eating whatever you want, but eating's supposed to be pleasurable no matter what age you are. So kids focus on what they like, and adults should too. You know, with the thousands of food items that we have available, it's really easy to create a diet that's both healthy and delicious. The other thing that kids do, they eat when they're hungry and they stop when they're full. You know, kids respond to biological signals that drive them to eat. And unless they're urged to keep eating, they can regulate their calorie intake surprisingly well. But as adults, we sometimes ignore these signals, and maybe we're too busy to eat, maybe we're trying to lose weight, but we often end up overeating later on. And as adults, we need to respond when the body says it's low on fuel, and to learn to stop eating when we're comfortable and not stuffed. And we all know that kids do this. They tell us when they're hungry, they tell us when they've had enough. Another thing that kids do, they like foods that have a lot of eye appeal. Children love colorful foods, and that's one of the reasons that so many of the items that are marketed to kids are full of artificial color. But nature provides us this huge array of brightly colored fruits and vegetables that appeal to kids, and those colors are indications that they're full of antioxidants and vitamins and minerals, and these are all nutrients that help to promote health. One other thing with your kids, if you give them vegetables, you probably know that they prefer crunchy ones over soft ones. Crunchy vegetables like raw carrots, broccoli florets are things that are usually a lot more appealing to kids than soft vegetables or mushy ones. And the kids may not know this, but vegetables that are raw or lightly steamed until they're just barely tender retain a lot more vitamins than vegetables that are overcooked. One other thing that kids like is they like to eat foods that they've prepared. This is a great way to get them to eat something. One of the tried and true methods for getting fussy eaters to get new foods into their mouths is to have them help out in the kitchen. It also gives you some quality time with your kids too. But for adults, home cooking means you can control not only which goes into your meals, but you can also control portion sizes too. And believe it or not, kids do like to try new foods. It might take more than a few tries, but with repeated exposures, kids will learn to like new foods. So keeping things out frequently, and they're much more likely to try these new foods. Adults have a tendency to rely on the same foods over and over again. So try a new fruit or vegetable on a regular basis as a family, and that way you can boost the nutrition and put some variety into the diet. So eating like a child doesn't mean we should play with our food or make funny faces at the dinner table, but there's some great reasons to approach eating the way kids do. And if we understand how kids naturally choose what to eat and how much, we might actually learn how to eat better ourselves.